whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Okay, so um I want everybody to do me a favor. If you are a member of my website, if y'all have been having any issues with getting things on the Spaces app, which is what you should have downloaded to get notifications, let me know. Email me bondy.brittany@gmail.com. Don't put them in the comments, y'all. Just email me. That way I can see like how many people are having this issue. I didn't realize it was an issue because I've been posting on all three platforms. The only thing that didn't get posted was the Real Housewives of Potomac video, but that's like, it's usually the stuff that everybody is getting on YouTube. I usually don't post on the website or on Patreon, but if it's something that's exclusive to my members only, then that's where I'll post it. So if y'all haven't been getting any notifications from that, I apologize and I'm mad I didn't know about it and we'll fix it. Um Oh, girl, I don't even know. Somebody put something in the Discord about Nicki Minaj, and I'm just like, girl, I don't even feel like listening right now. All I know is like her ankles and her face don't match, and that's really all I saw. But let's go ahead because it's some stuff that we could talk about today, girl. I hope everybody is having a good day. Hold up, let me separate some things so I can put it up here on the screen for us so we can. Let's see, girl. It's a lot going on, but not a lot going on. I don't know what that's about. It's a lot going on, but not a lot going on, girl. But that's okay. We gonna come to it. Hold up. Where's my shit at? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So let's fix this. Can we do that? Okay, no, we don't want that. Corner radius. Border width. Okay, let's somebody say, can we take it? Can we take it down? It's a peg. No? Okay. Child, just gonna make it big like this just on purpose. Mm, that's okay. Let me move myself, y'all. He can be doing the most. Okay, so we're here. Let's see. Let's see. Where do I want to start? First of all, let's start here. Just because.
Damn me, Jody. Damn, I want to see other niggas.
And they be asking me out too. But here I am, stupid, sticking to your ass. Child Carisha said that's how she feel. And I was like, really, Carisha? Is that how you feel? Even though the old girls told you? The old girls told you, Carisha. We was like, girl, Diddy just wants to control you. It's not really mutually beneficial if he's the only one that gets to be out here in the street. And yes, he has a lot of money, but you're making your own money. Like, don't do it, Carisha. Run back the other way. And then she was like, I'm with him real bad. And we was like, okay, well, just be safe and have fun. Like, that's how we felt about it. Hold up, girl, where it went? It left, my bad. But yeah, I was just like, let's do preview mode just in case. We don't want no problem. But yeah, I was just like, and she said, this me. And then she laughing, but then you look sad. Which one is it, friend? Which one is it? Are you sad? Are you just happy and you just playing with us? I don't know. She looks so pretty in this picture, but she sure do look like that man mama. But I'm gonna leave it alone. But either way, I just kind of was like, you ain't got a front. You ain't got to lie to kick it, Carisha. If you're not happy over there being a concubine, then just say that. I don't see nothing wrong with being a concubine, though. Have y'all been watching Jenga on Netflix? It's like a documentary series where they kind of act out the life of Queen Jenga from the Ndolo child I forgot what you call it, empire in Africa in like 1620 something. It was like Central Africa. It was like a large territory. Like nothing I can really explain as far as today's map. But either way, girl, that was real good. I was watching that. She had a whole bunch of concubines. You know, she had one that was her baby daddy. And then her brother killed the baby. It was real terrible. But that's okay because later on she killed her brother's son after she killed her brother, allegedly. Girl, Y'all need to see that. It's real good. I ain't gonna lie. Watching Njinga on Netflix made me feel like, you know what? I'm kind of not mad that we don't have to go through this anymore. Because I feel like essentially if y'all watch it, y'all will see what I'm talking about. Like the way people had to constantly be fighting for their land all the time, like that is exhausting. Like the wartime back in the day is not something I ever want to like have to relive. Like I was just saying, y'all, that shit was crazy. Okay, look, laughing to hide her pain. Yeah, y'all, poor Carisha. But if y'all get a chance to see Njinga on Netflix, y'all should check it out. It's very informative as far as I'm concerned. Very, very informative. Okay. All right, y'all. There's a few things I want to get into. It's so hard though, because I feel like some of this stuff I just cannot care about. Okay. So Chris Brown. Can we start with Chris Brown? Let's start with Chris Brown. Hold up, girl. Let me pull it up for y'all. Oh, girl, I am just so tired of Chris Brown and this whole conversation that we've been having, girl. Like, why? Why we got to have this conversation again? This man did not just beat up Karuchi, but I'm going to let y'all have it. Hold up. Okay, so Chris Brown shares photo of white celebrities with domestic abuse history and asks, where are the cancel culture for them? That's right, they are your buddies. Well, y'all know what happened, right? Let me explain to y'all what happened, okay? Where's the beginning? Chris Brown got into it because Haley put this out. Social media users have mixed reactions to Chloe Bailey doing a song with Chris Brown. The song comes out at midnight tonight, mind you, okay? So a lot of us don't really like Chris Brown because he has a whole bunch of assault cases tied to his name. He has a whole bunch of assault cases tied to his name. On top of the fact that, you know, he beat up Rihanna real bad, girl, back in the day when he was 17. But since then, he has also had other issues. And there's a whole little situation to go along with that I'm going to bring up in a minute. So I hope y'all got y'all snacks. Let me get a drink. Hold up. Okay. So for me, I was like, and y'all can see my comment, because the whole thing is that y'all want to be mad at Chloe because Chloe's doing music with Chris Brown. And I'm like, y'all, I can't remember like a year yet where Chris Brown hasn't had like a radio hit. I don't know if it's just me, but down here in New Orleans, I feel like Chris Brown always has a song on the radio. So for me, as much as people act like they don't like Chris Brown and y'all don't want to have him perform at award shows and all of that type of shit, y'all are still playing him on the radio, and people are still doing singles and features and all kind of shit. People are still making music with Chris Brown and acting as if, you know, he's a skid mark on the music industry, but he's still allowed to work. So for me, I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy in that. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to continue to make music and he is able to do so and y'all allow him to do that, I'm going to need for y'all not to decide to get mad about it when the black girl decides to do a song with him. Like I just said, I haven't remembered a year yet that Chris hasn't been on the radio. So he obviously is somebody that people go to for their music. He's someone who Chloe can do a song with and it will blow up. Now, would I have wanted Chloe to do a song with Chris Brown? No, I wouldn't have preferred it. If I had to be honest, girl, I'd have been like, girl, go call somebody else. Where's Jeremiah? Does Jeremiah have anything going on right now? Check his history. But I feel like it is time for people to stop doing music with men who have been like assaulting people and getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like people should continue to do tours with Trey Songz. But if that's what you want to do and give him more opportunities to create more assaults, then at some point somebody should get sued. Okay? At some point somebody should get sued. I saw somebody, I forgot who that was. I think it was Trey Songz, where she's now suing like the record label. And, you know, the people that allow for this to continue to happen, the people that clean it up and pay for the lawyer's fees so he can do it again. But either way, there are a whole bunch of reasons to not like Chris Brown. But Chloe doing the song with him, making y'all go at Chloe, had me feeling away. Because I feel like, oh, great, let's make the black woman the scapegoat after he's made music with all of your faves. Now we want to be mad at Chloe. Okay, fine. Okay, like I was not here for that at all. So hold up. Where's the Chris Brown breakdown? Because there's a whole Chris Brown breakdown that someone did. Here it is. Okay. Is this it? Karrueche trends on Twitter after Chris Brown defended himself from the backlash Chloe Bailey got for working with him. Many fans were upset. No, this isn't it. But somebody was like, we're not going to act like that was the only thing you did. I think a number of people actually went and pulled his whole record, you know, as far as how many situations he had been in. He was 22 to 26 plus when he was abusing and harassing Karrueche, and he still has a successful career and a huge fan base willing to deflect on behalf of him and listen to his 4-hour albums. So why is he bitching about cancel culture as if it's impacted him? That was a great point. Okay, a great point. And honestly, I'm getting really tired of all of the black men, the R. Kellys, and all of y'all that want to bring up the white people that get away with these things. They're white, honey. They're white, honey. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We live in a racist, patriarchal society. And until that energy has changed and we are no longer in that era anymore, until that's over, y'all are going to have to expect that you're going to get harsher punishments no matter how light complected you are, Chris Brown. And I think it's so funny as a man that has been called out many a time for not allowing dark-skinned girls to come into your sections at the club. Now you want to, pull the race card? Yeah, no. I want all of the colorists out there to know that you cannot use your black card publicly when you have been publicly accused of being a colorist multiple times. Okay? Y'all love to forget that Karrueche was granted a domestic violence restraining order against Crybaby Brown in 2020. Then him lying to say he was 17 when the whole world knows he was 19 is insane. Just a lying, manipulative, angry ass man. It was 2017 and is no longer active. Y'all are annoying, bruh. Child, I think he got what age he is because he said the same thing in his documentary and said he was 18 in another interview. It doesn't matter. You could be 17, 18, 19. You beating a woman that violently does not, like, that you don't change from being that person all of a sudden. And I don't think Chris has ever gone through any type of therapy to help him not be this person. He's just gotten better at hiding it. I think he's gotten more access, more money, more fame, more people to help him hide his problematic behavior, but essentially it has persisted. It's just that he's gotten better at getting away. You don't beat up famous women anymore. That should help a lot. Okay, child. Let me read y'all comments. Hold up. See what y'all saying before we continue. Okay, I see Shakira saying he was 19, lying to everybody. Okay. Remember to like the video. Yes, like the video, you guys. It is a private video, but you know, just like it. They were just paying $1,000 to take a pic with him. Folks blow like the wind when it comes to Chris Brown. Absolutely. When I saw them girls paying $1,000 to take pictures with a nigga that wouldn't even let them get into the club if he was there because of their skin tone, I was baffled and appalled. I really was. They just don't like Chloe. They always have an issue with that girl, and she just be living her life. They do. They really do. Okay, yeah, that was Trey Songz. Okay, I think it's her fans blowing the issue up. Chris Brown has been blackballed by white media. It's the black people picking and choosing. Has he been blackballed by white media? Because I know some of them don't like him, but I still feel like, I mean, the white people haven't blackballed you enough. You're still out here making music and making money. I'm just saying. When Monique got blackballed, she couldn't get them niggas to give her a movie. She couldn't get them to give her a job. Now she got her Netflix special. We gonna look at the trailer for it. They just don't like Chloe. I know they don't like Chloe. Y'all know what it is. Whenever a woman shows up in this world sexually liberated, they don't like that. They want to be able to shame you. I keep telling y'all, and y'all gonna listen to me at one point. This whole world right now, at one point, was ran by women. It's the only thing that makes sense, y'all. It's the only thing that makes sense. Women have all of the genetics to create life on their own. If you actually look it up, women have genetics, recessive genetics, to create life on their own, to copy themselves, essentially. Okay? And eventually men were created. Great. Okay? I don't think y'all were first. That doesn't make sense. You're the less complex. And we know scientifically that all fetuses start out female and then mutate to male. So it's like really annoying to me, the whole idea that women are beneath men and all of this foolishness. Okay? But all of this is to push the idea that women are beneath men and that it's only to create this insecurity in women so we never obtain power. If they have you worrying about your weight, your hair, your skin, if they have you worrying about all of these things that don't matter, then you're not going to be thinking about the things that do matter. Like, what's my purpose in life? When women find their purpose, it disrupts men's whole shit. I don't know if y'all have noticed. Men do not want women to be sexually liberated. They don't want women to live in their power. Because if women were to live in their power, they would topple this whole patriarchy. So they have to employ all of these things that they do, the slut shaming, everything that the shit that's attached to the religion. All of that is to shame you and control your mind so that you don't know how powerful you are, so that you don't take control of your agency and your sexuality. And they specifically don't like women like Chloe, like Megan, because those women represent the women that really could come in and control the shit. Men do not like the fact that there are women who can use their sexuality as a weapon. They don't like that because it's the one thing that they are always like weak to is sex. Physically, they are always weak to sex, and they cannot stand when women wield their sexuality in a way that feels like a weapon to them. And when you see people like Chloe, like Meg Thee Stallion, other sexually liberated women, they try to shame those women. Those women are nasty. Look at them showing off their bodies. They have no respect for themselves. That's a lie. That is a lie. As somebody that likes their body and sometimes likes to be naked, I have a whole bunch of respect for myself. And just because I don't want to wear any clothes doesn't mean you get to touch me. Okay? It's all bullshit. But it's a mind fuck so that women don't ever wield that power because men know they are weak to that power. And they don't like when women have it. They don't like that. That is one of the most natural powers that women have is our attraction and our sexuality. And whenever we really get involved in that in a healthy way, it makes us powerful. It makes us know who we are. It makes us recognize how we can wield our power. And they want you to always feel like that's a bad thing. They always want you to feel like it's degrading and it's a terrible, negative, evil thing for a woman to use her sex or her sexuality to her benefit. When in all actuality, it was created that way by design. If you ask me. I think we created this shit. I know God is both sexes and all of that, but essentially I believe that women on this earth have seemingly had the most connectivity to spirit, to earth, to life. Okay? They are the most balanced in the way they're able to be emotional yet mental, especially once they get older. If they are smart and astute, this doesn't go for everybody. We all know crazy old women, but y'all know what I mean. Like at the end of the day, this is something that they don't want you to recognize and realize about yourself as a woman, because then you'll be in full power and they won't be able to, continue to do what they've always done, which is rape and pillage. That's what men do. That's how they got power. They got their anger, they raped, they pillaged, they destroyed, and now the world is in a complete imbalance and everybody's wondering why. It's like, well, it's because you don't have honor for divine feminine. Like, for lack of a better term, you do not have respect for the divine feminine. Y'all don't respect women. Y'all don't respect women's sexuality. Y'all don't respect women's bodies. Y'all don't respect that women are the ones that bear the children. You got niggas up here now saying that they're the creators of life. No, you're not. Talking about a man, all he has to do is take his sperm down to the sperm bank and they can spin it and now it can become a human. Nigga, where? Show me where that happened. Show me when a man and his sperm created a baby with nothing else. Come holler at me about that. But we can tell you an exact gene that has been studied, okay, about the original people. And the original people were women and they recreated themselves. They copied themselves. Look it up. It is actual science. You know what I'm saying? Preach, Bondy, because if we could harness our pheromones, it'd be over. Child. And one of the things I've noticed about myself is as I'm getting older, and, you know, I feel like the smarter I get, the more connected I get, the more grounded I get, the better equipped to handling my emotions and all of that shit I am. Just the better I get as I get older, I realize that a lot of that has to do as a woman with my confidence in who I am as a woman. And a part of that is my sexuality. A part of that is how I harness my energy. A part of that is how people are attracted to me. A part of that is how I am nurturing. All of the things that encompass making me a woman, all of those things are to be, I feel like, delved into. And people tell you to shy away from it. Your sexuality is a bad thing. Don't be sexual. Don't be, what's it called, y'all? Don't be alluring. Let these niggas lie to you and tell you it's a bad thing for you to control how you can allure. You just have to, I feel like a lot of women who have that sexual energy to allure, they sometimes, because of the way the society is set up, only see it as a negative. So they wield it in negative ways. They allow people in that they shouldn't. But I feel like there was absolutely a time period where the goddesses of the world wielded their power in a certain way and were in control of it, and were not swimming around in their sexuality, just being pushed and moved by the men. No, I feel like they were the ones that were, the men were the concubines. The men were the ones that were just to come in and lay the pipe and then go on about their way. Think about it. Okay, like women are the ones that take responsibility for the children during the first few years of their lives. Like, essentially, why? Why would you be considered the creator of life when you really, in essence, have no nurturing capabilities if you're not taught them? Okay, I'm talking about some of these men, not all of them. There are men that are naturally nurturing, but child, some of the men that come up with these ideas about how they are the creators of life is just like, oh, word. And how are you going to sustain that life, Mr. I have the children and leave them wherever they are? How are you going to sustain the life? Because it don't mean shit if you don't sustain it. If the baby died because you couldn't feed it, or because your body doesn't produce milk. So I was just listening to that shit Akon was saying, and I was just like, this nigga is crazy. It's insane to me. You have to be a little bit of a psycho, I feel like, to make a lot of money sometimes, because you just have to believe in things that are unreal in order for you to accomplish those like really unrealistic things that you want for yourself. But then it also takes you to a place where you don't know what's true or not no more, because you're just up here saying crazy shit. For some reason, people are more mad at Chloe for this collaboration, and it's also given that people feel that she shouldn't be this successful on the backhand of Beyonce. I've been telling y'all, I feel like a lot of people don't like Chloe because she is Beyonce's protege, and they're jealous. I think people thought that Beyonce wouldn't ever have a protege like this, and they're jealous of her because of it. I really do feel that way. That's my opinion. But yes, y'all, Chris Brown got really, really upset. And then some people were saying some things about Chris Brown after all of this happened. Hold up.
Nothing to do with Chris Brown. Like, nothing to do with Chris Brown. The only hosting app. That's the only reason why Chris Brown's name was mentioned.
So this girl said that she went to a club and they wouldn't let her in because she was too dark, and then she turned around and said that it wasn't Chris Brown, it was the club.
I never said in my video once that Chris Brown personally sent me a message saying that he was going to be at the club. Chris Brown never personally told me that I was going to be in his VIP section that was handpicked was all white ladies. That's why in my video, you can see that we're trying to say that the promoter said no black girls allowed. Bear in mind, guys, they said their club can only contain up to 300 people, but there was up to 1,000 of ladies literally standing outside waiting to get inside the club.
Guys, I had to
So this is the original video.
Because basically we were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. Hey, my legs. We were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. We got there was thousands of girls lining up there, like thousands of girls. And they're not getting in. And we were supposed to be on the VIP guest list. I'll give you guys a don't go to fucking what's it called? Proud whatever.
They forgot to tell us black girls ain't allowed.
They said no black girls allowed.
They were literally handpicking these
No
white girls.
black girls allowed. No black girls allowed. What do you guys have to say?
London, you are shaking my life. Yeah? Shake. Chris Brown, what happened to Chris Brown, man? Chris Brown.
They got beat for this Chris Brown club appearance, girl. All of them are beat out of this world right now.
They're only letting white things.
Your body speaks.
I'm not racist, innit? I'm not racist, but
Your body lying
speaks to me. Guys, now we're going to LASHAE. We don't know if we're gonna be getting in or not. My shoe gave up on me, so I took off my shoe. But this night is a night. This night is, I don't know, it's a night.
So basically, she was saying they wouldn't let her and her homegirls in the club because they were too dark. But then after the fact came back and said, no, it wasn't him.
Nothing to do with it. I never said in my video once that Chris Brown personally that was handpicked was all white ladies. That's why in my video, you can see that we're trying to say that the promoter said no black girls allowed. Bear in mind, guys, they said their club can only contain up to 300 people, but there was up to 1,000 of ladies literally standing outside waiting to get inside the club. And ladies, come on, we know this. Like, us Londoners, we know this. Like, stuff like this happen literally every single day in London when you come to club and the people that promote stuff on the internet and stuff like that. So let's not make this about Chris Brown. That was handpicked was all white ladies.
Okay. So I'm going to just say this. It happens all the time. Somebody said Chris dancers are all dark skinned. They got to stop with this narrative. He's a colorist because the women he's dated are mixed. You're not obligated to date anyone of any color. Doesn't mean that you hate yourself. Girl, shut up. Shut up. You and your braids don't even know what you're talking about. Shut up. Chris Brown is colorist. It absolutely matters who he has sex with. Yeah, it does. I don't know what you're talking about. His dancers being dark skinned probably only happened after y'all called him out about being colorist, and he decided that he wanted to not be colorist to everybody. So he's going to hire his dancers that are dark complected or brown complected. He's going to do business with people that are dark complected or brown complected. But when it comes to actually being in relationships or allowing these girls in the club section so that he can have his pick of them to fuck, yeah, no, it's absolutely giving he's colorist, and it's going to, stay that way. And a lot of y'all are so slow, that you don't realize these men like Chris Brown, they know what people say about them and they know it's bad for business. So they do things to offset it. But essentially it is true because you can see how he treat people. Every time somebody want to go to a club where he at is these types of rules. Whether he in the UK or in America, we hear the same shit over and over and over again about Chris Brown not letting girls in a club or in a section because they not light enough for him. And I hate the way y'all act like a lot of black men aren't colorists. A lot of black men are colorists. As somebody from New Orleans, a lot of black men are colorists. See, in America, in the world, the preference might be light complected Puerto Ricans and the Erica Menas of the world. But out here in New Orleans, it's just light skin. Light skin. You don't have to speak a Spanish. You ain't gotta speak a Espanol. You ain't gotta speak a French. You ain't gotta speak a patois. You don't gotta speak a no other language. All you have to do is be light complected, and you pretty with a little bit of ass, and you pretty much are the preference. So I hate the fact that we're living in a society where everybody continues to lie to themselves about the world we live in. Stop bullshitting with yourself is what I'm saying, essentially. Okay? We do live in a colorist society because we live in a racist society. And if you can understand the racism, I find it so difficult to understand why y'all can't understand the colorism. Colorism is a byproduct of racism. The closer to whiteness, the better. That is the idea behind racism. That is the idea behind colorism. What is wrong with y'all? Okay? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all, let's go back to the Chloe in the sister, right? So somebody said, jokes aside, I think some people's hesitation to critique Chloe and Hailey comes from the whole they're not like other girls and it's about time to rid yourself of that thinking. Quite frankly, in our society, young black women who seem poised and soft are given grace and range for growth that young black women who are deemed as ghetto and ratchet aren't. And we talk about them very differently, even if they're making the same decision or mistakes. Not once, but twice making music with a known abuser. Girl, taking up for your man who's arguing with women and his ex on the timeline, calling them bitches, talking about their looks. Girl. Oh, I like Jade. I follow her on on Instagram. Ain't she on Instagram and TikTok too? Anyway, and we can go into all the reasons why they're perceived to be different, but you can't keep using that to ignore clear signs that maybe these girlies and some of their beliefs are not different. Essentially, no. I feel like what's happening here, Chloe and Hailey are the Disney girls. Probably grew up well insulated, but they're still regular black girls. I feel like the way they are trying to attain their adulthood in the industry, coming from being somewhat Disney kids, is through sexuality, obviously with Chloe, and some weird ass relationship with DDG with Hailey. Hailey's relationship with DDG is supposed to make her seem more adult. It's supposed to, bring her to the urban audience that is of her age range. And Chloe is trying to get to Beyonce status. Ain't no man gonna hold her back. Okay? I feel like even though I understand where they're coming from, they needed to just use Hailey for this. Because I feel like nobody hesitates at all to critique Chloe, as we just saw, that she was getting, basically, and she's getting, I'm not going to say attacked, but it's being pointed out in this, that Chloe, does songs with abusers and all of that. I'm like, girl, they got so many abusers in the music industry. I feel like at some point you wouldn't be doing music with anybody if you was trying not to do music with abusers. Essentially, you know what I'm saying? But still, I probably would not do music with abusers. Like, that would just be me. But I'm just saying, the industry within itself is so convoluted. I think it's hard to separate how you feel, you know what I'm saying, from the situation that you're in. Your money is just like any other job. You don't like these people. These people with their microaggressions and they treat you bad and they probably racist and voted against, Black Lives Matter. They probably didn't voted against anything that would help you as a black person in your life, but you still got to go to work and smile in their face and act like y'all cool and act like everything's fine, even though you can't stand them people. It happens all the time. It's literally no different than women being in the music industry, having to do music and do projects with men who are assaulters and assholes and do all kind of, terrible things to women in the process of making music. You know what I'm saying? So on some level, I feel like there's only so much any one woman can do, but I do feel like there needs to be more bravery. I'm not saying who needs to be brave, because I feel like that's a huge cross to bear for any woman, but I feel like they rip Chloe to shreds quite often. So I don't know what anybody's talking about. I do feel like people are hesitant to say something about Hailey because they view her as the little sweet, the little sweet demure one. And she's not doing as much as Chloe. So y'all don't want to say anything to her. But essentially, Hailey is over there acting like a bird with DDG. And I'm going to say it. There was no hesitation. You over there acting like a bird. But I do agree with Jade here that there has been some hesitation to call a thing and say that essentially, Hailey, are you that different from Krishan and Ruby Rose and the rest of these girls that I feel like lose out on opportunities over these ignorant relationships with these piss poor narcissist ass little boys that y'all call men? Like, I'm just saying, like Haley, I like Chloe much better. I don't care what anybody say. Y'all say she oversings, she performed too hard, she too sexual. I don't give a fuck. She being herself. Let her do her. I have an issue with Haley because Haley is playing good girl, and I don't think she's playing good girl. I think she's being herself. But essentially, when you start bringing yourself around these people, and you think you're not gonna have to deal with any negatives because of it, girl, you're going to have to learn. All hood people are not good people. All hood people are not good people. And all skin folk ain't kin folk. And them being black and growing up in a hood and all of this shit does not make them victims for you to save. And I know that DDG is a YouTuber and he don't, he ain't into no street shit or nothing like that. But he is absolutely involved in the toxic masculinity displays that take place in hip-hop culture, on social media, in the music, and in the relationships of people that y'all publicize so often, like the Zeus Network couple over here. Okay?
What? That's even worse. You gonna post my shit?
How did it look like his face looked like he got dragged by a car. Like, that's how his face looked. Okay, so this is what everybody was pointing out. DDG said relationship goals for real, 100. So this is relationship goals, two people that are always inebriated, beating the shit out of each other. This is relationship goals. Haley, if you want to do this shit with them, go ahead, but you're going to lose everything.
I suggested it. That's what we do. We post the messages.
She was already doing what she wanted to do.
That's cool. That's what you do, right? Man. It's the new Krishan Rock trend, Kev. Post the messages.
That's
Child, didn't sign the petition to get Haley a new man. Child, if Haley want to be out here with this ignorant, stupid shit, then let her go ahead and do it then. But the older sister need to talk to her, okay? The older sister need to pull her to the side now. Older sister, pull her to the side now. Oh, my God, it's a mess. We're going to pray for him. Okay, so let's move on. Kaya decided that she wanted to read the dog shit out of Candy yet again because Candy did a spoof of T.S. Madison and her back in the day. The shit was hilarious, okay? Is this okay? Hold up. Okay, here's y'all New Year's tea. The Queen's Court was a guest of Tamar's show tonight. The escaped cunts told security we had weapons. Okay, got you. All right, I was trying to understand what that was. Okay, so let's go see the original, and then we're gonna come back to that. Okay, where is it at? Because y'all know Candy be doing the most.
Yes, on the case, on the docket is escape.
Again?
Yes, bitch, you keep writing their
We
name.
the people, everybody wanted to know that it was an escape new 2 singles shots at Candy and Tia.
All right, the next on the case, on the docket is escape.
Again?
Yes, bitch, you keep writing their
We
name.
the people, everybody wanted to know that it was an escape new 2 singles shots at Candy and Tia. Did y'all hear escape 2 new singles? They're not really on the docket tonight. We just really asking questions because they done had their season finale. One of the girls apologized.
This is hilarious. First of all, the wig that Candy got on is killing me. On top of the fact that she got goals in her mouth, I am done.
Think she was sincere?
I did. When I watched the finale, I did think that they were sincere because she was crying and carrying on.
She said God can do all
They
things.
had Karen Clark up there saying,
The Clark sisters came to show y'all hoes how you really supposed to sound. Mm-hmm. And since you say that God can do and change all things, we hoping that he can shrink Candy.
The fact that Candy got up here to make fun of herself, A+.
God, please pray. We're going to ask Candy to pray to shrink her.
what makes you think Candy got a big like that?
I'm just saying, it's been through a lot. I guess money can't do all things because money cannot shrink you whole. I don't care how much rejuvenation you get. The miles don't roll away on the old car. You can put a new motor in it, but it still look like an old car. You can repaint that home, and it's still going. You can put candy paint in that home, Florida candy orange paint, and hold that. It's still gonna be a 1969 Oldsmobile.
Well, you know what?
But we gonna congratulate you for singing baritone on Broadway.
What she
Candy
singing?
Baritone. Every man wants a-
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh no.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna.
I am done. You could barely hear it. Ah, I'm sorry, y'all.
You too much hate because you do get coin, girl. Broadway called you and you singing baritone on Broadway. And Candy gonna be on the road slinging. Child, you gotta put a motherfucking GPS on Candy.
A kept woman.
She a kept woman, but put a GPS on that because Candy, you know, she like an old young one.
You know what? Before we move on to the next case, let's have a word of prayer for Candace.
You know, you always praying.
I do.
Mary taught you well.
She did. She told me to pray for everything.
Okay.
Father God, we come to you here, right here on the Queen's Court. Mm-hmm. Lord, we asking you to please let our judgments and sentences be fair. Mm-hmm. It has been brought up that Kaya has said that Candace is big as her tour bus.
Wide is all outside.
Lord, we are asking you right now to fill the gap.
Shrink it, Lord.
In between that big
in the dryer 1 too many times.
Lord, we asking you, Lord, to take that to the old lady.
Freeze it, Lord, so it can be stuck in time.
Put that.
Not freeze it so it can be stuck in time, Lord. I am done. I am done. Let's go back. Oh my God. I'm sorry that y'all couldn't hear that. My bad. I thought y'all could hear it. Okay, hold up. Let me go back. Okay.
I give you an A for effort, Candy girl. You tried, but them roasters was coming so fast, Gaggle, you couldn't keep up, Gaggle. You had too many delays in your roast, but it was cute though. I gagged, you know, Gaggle. Let's talk about it. But honey, just like you can't memorize them words to them songs, you couldn't memorize that gag. Too many delays in your roast, but I'm glad to see you finally realize that it was a gag. Gaggle, instead of trying to make people seem like I be hating, you finally getting it. I'm glad.
You gagging, but you still hating. Cause only that you gagging that hard is a reflection of the hate. Hate.
Man, but you, man, you such a and ain't got you kiss more and suck more. You know you a whole sitting next to a hoe that put the police on both of us. Talking about I had a gun, you man whore. Your mammy out of the Phyllis Arena, bitch. You forgot? Who you out on your hard ass? Anything for clout, child. You bitches is broke as fuck, y'all. I effort, Candy girl. You tried.
Hold up, we done.
So fast, Gaggle. Still trying to ride off the Queen Pussy Lips for entertainment because y'all ain't got none of y'all.
Ooh.
Girl, Gaggle. Let's talk about it. Thank me. Make some shit money. Per usual, whole. Y'all hoes want to be friends bad, but I never will be friends from under the sack. I don't hang with freaks and freak hoes that come out at night and during the day. Just suck my toes and beg my pardon some more. Mandy, you get the big toe and candy yams. You get the pinky toe and get the... And I mean suck it like you be sucking them in the basement. Don't stop sucking till I tell you to stop.
Yo, Kaya, I think Kaya is obsessed with other people's coochies. You know what it make me feel like, y'all? I'm going to tell you what it is. Y'all know what it is, y'all? I think Kaya is one of the women's that if they was born to different people, they would have been a lesbian. But because they was born to the ignorant people they was born to at the ignorant time they was born, they can't be themselves. But to me, like the way you talk about other people coochie, like it only gives that you want coochie yourself, for coochie to be on your mind like this. You know, it's giving the girl version of Lil Boosie is what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Y'all let me know how the sound is, because I would like to turn this into a podcast since YouTube is now giving us the capability to turn these into podcasts. And my mic, you know, I be feeling like I sound good on this mic and it can go to a podcast form. So y'all let me know, you know, if y'all would like me to turn this into like an audio moving forward for y'all. So when we do these lives and we can turn them into, you know, just straight audio and y'all could play them and download them and stuff like that straight from YouTube, I believe. I'm going to still try to put them on all of the other podcast sites as well. But if y'all would like that, I will do that since that's become an option. But yes, let's continue on. Beat.
Everybody know who the real entertainer is, no matter how much you hoes copy and steal. Everybody know that this game is for you. We need to remind you that thou shalt not steal, impersonate, or professionally borrow. Y'all learn, yeah, especially you, man. Nothing ass whore still chasing the same thing that neither one of you can have.
Girl, not us chasing the tight put. Girl, what's on your mind?
I'm not gonna allow you bitches to suck. Candy wanna eat my and Mandy wanna my whole drop.
Oh my God. Kaya, is that what you want? Y'all, it's starting to feel like Kaya won't fuck Candy more than me. Oh, Lord.
That ain't like y'all. I will not be in the basement. Tired assholes always chasing fame and clout because y'all ain't got shit else going on. Child.
Well, we all know that both Maddie and Candy got a lot going on. It feel like you the one chasing clout from your basement with nothing going on, but I'm going to leave you alone because I do the same thing you do.
About impersonating the
well, you know, I feel like I'm a little bit more classy based than her, bitch, but you know, my neck, my back.
When you need to redo your tired ass man. Child out here trying to fight in clothing stores. Redo that. Have you forgot? Yeah, go to the rest of Extinct. No longer wants to hear every man wants a woman. So now you down there with Mandy in the basement because the rest of your friends and your husband don't want, you know, to be around the floor. You gotta, you know, get some help from the queen. Out here swinging from with your big out of shape. About to the door down, Candy Yams. A poor excuse for a wife and a mother child. What a time through somewhere shame. And please stop with the toy videos because ain't nothing sexy about you. You have zero appeal, Candy.
First of all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody that keeps saying Candy has no sex appeal, I have my questions about why y'all say that. But essentially, I feel like that's not true because Candy is like a sexual person. So how you say somebody doesn't have sexual appeal when they are fucking, I don't know. But like I said, as much as Kaya is talking about Candy's coochie, it feels like you want to eat it. I wouldn't be talking about nobody coochie this much if I ain't want it. That's just weird to me. If the coochie ain't got nothing to do with me, I don't know what I'm talking about it for. But you know, that's what Kaya was doing that day, girl. Let's move on. Okay. So this was Ciara. I don't want to play the song because I don't want to copyright. But Ciara made a song promoting independent, don't need man lifestyle, and the girls are cooking her for it.
Annie, can you play it for me a cappella? Play the girls.
I always wanted Ciara to just go ahead and like girls, but she didn't want to do it for me, so whatever.
Some acapella up front on the first.
It's just because she gave that vibe. Go to hell. I don't want that for everybody, but she gave that vibe. I know somebody like, Bonnie, you want all the girls to like girls. No, I don't. No, I don't.
And then the second half, drop the beat in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Y'all ain't gonna act like Ciara didn't give y'all that vibe. It sound good to me. I ain't gonna lie.
For all the girls that did it by themselves, just for all the girls that's IND.
E-N-T. I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want no issues. There's a better way to uplift women without encouraging strong, independent black women BS. May I follow you, so I don't know why you would say that because you seem like a strong, independent woman to me. But I don't think, did anybody listen to what she was saying? First of all, it's just lyrics to a song. First of all, let's start there. For all the girls who be living stress-free, for all the girls on a mission like me. I love that beat drop. Hold up, I want to hear the beginning. Hold up, no, I want to hear the beginning. Go back. Child, what didn't happen? Go back. I want to hear the lyrics again since y'all want to make a big deal like it's a bad thing. I went up for like a boy. It wasn't just you. Okay, so this is the thing that annoyed me, and I'm May I Petrova. I know her because I use her products. She absolutely promotes doing it for yourself, taking care of yourself. So I don't know why they have such a problem why may I have such a problem? A lot of you women, I don't know why y'all have such a problem with what she's saying. So what would you like for her to tell you to do? Find a nigga to depend on. Like, is that what you want her to tell you? Because it really annoys me that y'all are mad about women being independent. When she said a woman who don't need no man. You shouldn't need a man. You should want one. You shouldn't need one. You should want one. I don't know if y'all know that. There's a difference. You should want a man, absolutely. But you should not need a man. You shouldn't need anybody outside of yourself, essentially. And if you do need a man for something, you will probably be left at a disadvantage if you need a man for something. I like how the song sound too. I don't know how the fuck you be mad about. I mean, and the thing that makes me upset is that, like, I grew up in the 90s where being an independent woman was considered a good thing. It never meant I don't want to have a man and I want to be alone. No, what it meant is I'll be alone before I deal with somebody mistreating me just so I can have somebody to take care of me. I hate the way y'all don't start at the beginning. Y'all always want to start at the middle or at the end. Some men don't like when women say, and some men need to get over it. They also don't like when women don't need them because they don't want to have to be likable. Men do not want to have to be likable. Y'all don't want to have to be respectful. Y'all don't want to have to work hard in order for a woman to want y'all. Y'all want a woman to need y'all. That way she doesn't have a choice in the matter. If I need you for food, if I need you to survive, then I'll stay while you mistreat me. I'll stay while I'm unhappy. I'll stay while you use money to control me, while you abuse me, while you cheat on me. I'll have to stay because I need you. So I'm sorry. I always promote being independent, and I promote being independent for all adult human beings, not just women, all adult human beings. Exactly. Independent does not mean lonely. Have y'all not seen Beyonce? Have y'all not seen Ciara? These are all women who independently took care of themselves, found a really good match in some man, married him, and then became super couple. Why would she tell you to be dependent on a nigga? What's she supposed to tell y'all? This is for all the girls who want a man, who need a man, looking for a nigga to take care of them. This for her. Go talk to the city girls if you want somebody to tell you to get these niggas for their checks. Go talk to the city girls. Ciara is from the age group, my age group, well, you're supposed to have of yourself as a woman. That way, when you do choose a man, you choosing a man because you want that man, not because you need to be taken care of, because otherwise your fucking ass gonna starve. I wish y'all would start at the beginning where women didn't have access to money and wealth and jobs and you know, any reasonable form of pay. Now that women are in all of these different spaces that they couldn't be in before, men have to now step their cookies up before they crumble. Men do not want to they don't want to have to be better in order to get these women. They want women to be skinny. They want women to be in shape, have a fat ass, be smart, not too smart, be beautiful, but not too beautiful, be attractive, but not too attractive. Y'all have all of these parameters for how women are supposed to be. And as soon as women decide how they want to be as a woman, how they want to project themselves, all of a sudden it becomes a fucking problem. Y'all sound crazy as hell to me because y'all be the same niggas that complain about gold diggers. You don't have no money. You don't have no fucking money. But you complaining about women that are looking for men to take care of them. And then you complaining about the women that tell y'all they don't need y'all to take care of them. Yeah, somewhere in there, I believe a lot of the black women saw, myself included, we saw our moms, our mothers put up with way too much disrespect in imbalanced relationships for financial stability or comfort. And a lot of us decided that we will get it on our own. Fuck, a lot of us were being raised, by mama and daddy to get it on my own. It was never, ever, ever impressed upon me to find some man to take care of me. Even though my daddy was the man that technically took care of my mother. And I say technically because he might have paid most of the bills, but that was because he felt like he should, not because she couldn't. So when y'all get mad about Ciara telling y'all to continue to be independent, not need a man, and take care of yourself, this is supposed to set you up to find a man worthy of having, if that's what you want. If you want to be in a relationship with a good man, Savannah girl, and not a fake good one, a real good one, most good men do not want to be with bummy ass women looking for men to take care of them. All of my homeboys that make good money, that have good jobs, they might fuck around with certain women, have sex with them, but they never want to be in full-blown committed relationships with women that are not on their same level. Meaning the girls who finish college, the girls who have good jobs, the girls who have their own places and cars. Those are the women that those men want to be with. The men that pay the bills, open the doors, provide and protect. In 2023, the men worth having do not want women that are looking for them to take care of them. That's not what those men want. In all honesty, it was too much pressure for my fucking daddy, and it's too much pressure nowadays for a man to believe it is all on him to do all of the providing. It's unrealistic in 2023 when shit costs twice as much as it did 4 years ago. It is ridiculous for y'all to continue pushing the idea that there is something wrong with being an independent woman. There is nothing wrong with being, it's what you're supposed to do, motherfucker. You're an adult. You're supposed to be able to take care of yourself. That way, people don't put you at a disadvantage. That way, when the marriage or the relationship gets stale or you don't want to be in it anymore, you can leave it without having to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself and some children. Because that's still happening today. Because I came from that age range where you're supposed to be looking for a man to take care of you. I wasn't raised that way, but a lot of the girls I knew, that was still in their mind to find a man to take care of them. I always knew what I wanted to do. My career was always at the forefront of my mind. Getting where I wanted to get in my paper was always at the forefront of my mind before any relationship. Because I have to take care of myself, regardless to what is happening in my romantic relationships. It means that nobody is going to dog me out if I don't want to get dogged out. It means nobody is going to ever be able to hold no fucking money over my head. I will always be able to take care of myself. I will always find a way to be okay because I said so. So when you women out there who think that you doing something because you letting some man take care of you, give it some time when he becomes fickle and doesn't want to take care of your ass anymore. Did you put money to the side or did you spend it all because you was trying to floss and act like you had some shit you ain't really have? When he decide he don't want to be bothered with you. Or maybe when you decide you don't want to be bothered with him and a nigga take you off the health insurance and all this type of shit. Niggas will do anything when they get mad with you. That's why it's important to not be financially dependent upon any other adult in that way. Because people will do whatever when mad day comes. Child, definitely hard in 2023 with eggs at these prices. If you knew how much we eat eggs in this household, you would know how much that's hurt me. Women, especially black women, are where it's at right now. If we teach our girls less than we do them a disservice. Absolutely. Why would I ever raise my kid, look for a man to take care of you, after I grew up 88, grew up through the 90s and the 2000s and saw a lot of you niggas didn't stay in school. Y'all didn't go to school. Y'all didn't get good jobs. A lot of the young black men in New Orleans don't like to keep jobs because y'all don't like to listen to nobody. Y'all can't deal with the microaggressions that black women have to deal with on these fucking jobs. So y'all blow up and y'all quit, or y'all get involved in street shit, or y'all want to hustle these little small odd jobs so you never have to be glued into a system and all of this crazy shit. So at the end of the day, Ashley Darby, there is nothing wrong with the message in Ciara's song. Y'all is crazy as hell. Child, Russell had to tell y'all.
One woman of faithful. Second thing was one woman who's faithful. Third thing was one who's independent. Fourth thing was I wanted a woman who, who loved me the way that my mom loved my dad. And the fifth thing was, ultimately, is that I wanted a woman who took the room. I wasn't going to settle for 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. We were going to go 5 for 5. And that was it.
You got it.
And we got 5 for 5 plus some more.
I'm about to say, is Ciara pregnant again? She look pregnant. She pregnant again, y'all? She probably is pregnant again. Child, that's all she do now that she with that man is have babies and make music. And he bought her masters because he wanted her to be independent. Let's see what the comments say. Ooh. Reading some of these comments, seeing if there's anything that pops out at me. Now they telling y'all to stop listening to the celebrities. This is the thing that's so funny to me. Y'all was asking for that lady prayer, and she told y'all what the prayer was, and y'all was acting like, girl, I prayed that prayer and that wasn't enough. Well, you know why? Because y'all not trying to do the work. Faith without work is nil, okay? Null. Nathaniel, nothing, okay? This woman had to be a full human being before she could be deserving of another full human being who would support her and love her in this way. And him too, he had to be deserving. He had to be able to see what it is to be with a beautiful woman like Ciara coming from the white girls. No disrespect, Russell, but it felt like you was over there for a minute and you had to find out. I bet you any money that first marriage he was in with that white girl, he felt like she got with him just because he was a safe black man and he was a football player and he was going to make a lot of money. I bet you any money that's why he was with her. And the reason why he liked Ciara so much is because she was sweet, beautiful, and had her own shit, meaning that he didn't have to feel like she was only with him because of who he was and how much money he made as a football player. I bet you any money, one of the main things that made him love Ciara so much was the fact that she was not someone that needed him financially. Because then he felt that he could trust her, that she wasn't just there because he was rich. But y'all are, again, mad at Ciara for telling y'all that she's still making music for the independent women out there. Independent doesn't mean lonely. Y'all, I've been married going on 6 years now. Still independent. Been independent the whole time. The nigga met me independent. We been independent. And we should both be independent. We should. We come in this bitch together. But we should both be able to take care of ourselves separate from each other. I don't care what y'all talking about. You right about that, Victoria. You know, I was listening to his album Heavy when it first came out, child. You done made me, now that I'm thinking about, well, not thinking, I've decided I'm going back to school. I'm definitely, because my therapist been telling me to, just kind of compile a list of the subject matters that really matter to me or, invoke some passion from me. That way it'll make it easier to pinpoint my area of studies. And so this is another thing. How black men in our community mentally and emotionally don't grow. And then as we get older, the women that have grown are just expected to deal with these inadequacies. Like, oh, men don't talk. Men aren't good at talking about their feelings. Well, I don't know what the fuck they want us to do because they the ones that created the language and now you telling us you can't talk, motherfucker, really? Oh, okay. Child, I don't know what y'all want us to do. But anyway, y'all, that's where I'm at on CC and them. I wish y'all leave CC and them alone. Okay, she looked happy to me. Maybe y'all should care more about how she got there versus the prayer. And that's what I be talking about. Oh, I want the prayer. Bitch, you don't want the blueprint though? You don't want I had a job. I took care of myself. I was attractive, famous. When I met the nigga, you want the prayer. Oh, okay. Anyway, Bleach Becky was cheating on the safe, rich black man. Them snow women are the true gold diggers, not us. Especially when it comes to black football players. Over 20, and if he walked out now, my lifestyle ain't shifting outside of me having to take the trash to the side of the road. Come on, Gwen. Okay? Listen, that was my main thing. I was just like, child, I'm going listen, me and Lyric have been going through, well, we good now. Like, we're good. But we was going through a time where I was just kind of like, I don't know what we gonna do, sir, but I need to start thinking about, not depending on you for some of my everyday shit that I depend on you for, and vice versa. Like, when was the last time this nigga bought soap? This nigga don't buy no house essentials for himself. Like, he hasn't done that in years. Like, Lyric literally comes home, okay, eats, takes a shower, do whatever, play with the dogs, maybe, when he home sometimes he do some dishes, he clean up outside and stuff like that. But essentially his everyday life is, I come home, I get up in the morning, I go to work, I come home. I get up in the morning, I go, like, so he don't have time for all of that. So I do all of that most of the time. Most of the shopping, most of the household cleaning, most of the laundry is done by me because I'm the one that's here most of the time. And his work schedule is crazy. Okay, but y'all gonna see how they got at least 3 things of laundry sitting downstairs because I work too, nigga. So we just gonna have to have a a day where we can both fold these clothes, or they just gonna not be folded. They been getting washed though. You done had some underwear some days this week because of me. Okay, listen, definitely thought about it. You have got to be independent. You have got to have your own existence outside of your relationship, in my opinion. It's not healthy otherwise. Making another person your everything in a real life manner, like in your heart, yeah. But in your real everyday life, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep some mystery about yourself. Have some shit that you just do for you. You know what I'm saying? Separate from him. Friend groups that you can go by and he not coming to. You got to create some separation. That was hard for me because I wasn't raised like that. My parents did everything together after a certain point, and that's what I saw. But essentially, I'm not doing that no more. That's not smart. That's not what I would like to do moving forward. Okay, you got to keep some life to yourself. I would avoid to be a stay-at-home wife. I refuse to allow a man disrespect me, humiliate me. Because as soon as, somebody told me the other day, as soon as she quit her job, the nigga started acting crazy. As soon. All right, y'all, let's move on because y'all was really upset. Y'all, listen, Stephanie, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what it is because I love Stephanie Mills. But there is something about Stephanie Mills that feels like an underlying resentment. Like she mad that she didn't make it bigger or that she's not upheld in a certain regard. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know that lady like that, but I know I love Stephanie Mills' voice. I always have. I love her music. But just in her sitting right here, there is a nice nasty with more nasty energy about her. And I don't know if it's just me, but I still love her. So it don't matter. But I'm just saying. Let's hear what she had to say. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it clearly.
She was Beyonce before Beyonce. Huge mega star.
I don't think you can compare. I don't think you can compare Beyonce to Diana Ross. I mean, Diana Ross.
Just in terms of stardom?
In terms of stardom, it's still different. It's still, Diana is glamour and Beyonce is glamour. It's just different. It's hip hop. I consider Beyonce hip hop. I consider Diana R&B and pop and just I consider her royalty. Diana, I've always wanted to be like Diana. And when I saw Ladies Sings the Blues and I would go to her shows in Vegas, they were always so wonderful and classy and everything. Diana Ross is the epitome of beauty and class to me.
Okay. Now, I do feel like this is a age thing. You can't ask Stephanie Mills to compare Beyonce. You can't. Because essentially, Beyonce played the person that Diana Ross played. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can play Diana Ross. Beyonce is, here because of the Diana Rosses of the world. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't compare in that respect because the times were different. And what Diana Ross was able to accomplish in her career is just not comparable to at this time for anybody that's younger than her. It's really not. But outside of fame, if you want to compare actual artistry? Do y'all really want to do that? Because, see, Miss Stephanie Mills is one of them respectability politics people. That's why she said Beyonce was hip-hop. Hip-hop came out during, not came out, but was out during the time when, Beyonce was making her music. But Beyonce has always been a pop R&B artist ever since Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child, much like the Supremes, except for the fact that Beyonce was the strongest vocalist in her group. Unlike Diana Ross, who was not the strongest vocalist in her group, but just so happened to have a personal relationship with Berry Gordy, on top of the fact that she was small and petite and skinnier at the time, which mattered more. Back when they were changing from radio to television, all of a sudden the weight of the singer became a big deal. Whereas back in the day when everybody was just on the radio, your stronger singers a lot of time were your bigger women. And they would be the heads of those groups because they had the strongest voices. But once shit turned video and we started doing live performances on television and all of that type of stuff, then who was the most physically attractive became most important. First of all. And that's no disrespect. Diana Ross is an amazing artist. To this day, she has done some of my favorite songs ever. I love her, okay? She's an amazing artist. Great ear, has said great things, has a great mind, great spirit, all of those things. But if we want to talk about artistically, Beyonce is a better artist. And when I say better artist, I am talking about vocal range, singing capability, dancing, and physical performance. Yes, I haven't seen all of Diana Ross's shows, but I know Diana Ross gives everything on stage. She does. But I feel like the reason why Stephanie Mills views it as class is because Diana Ross wasn't the dancer. That's why. Diana Ross did those cute little ooh. You know why? Because she couldn't do the things that Beyonce does. And that's no shade to her. But y'all know what I'm saying. The artists of the 90s and the early 2000s, you popping, you doing a lot of stuff that wasn't okay back in the day. It wasn't acceptable to pop and gyrate and shake and all of that type of shit in performances back when Diana Ross was an artist. Again, different times. But if you could, Diana Ross is simply somebody that was like a Rihanna, okay at everything, had a really great ear for music, and even better access in relationships that got her to where she is to this day. Beautiful family, amazing dynasty, all due respect to Diana Ross. There would be no Beyonce if there wasn't a Diana Ross. But that doesn't mean we can't literally look at the artistry of each artist and see that Beyonce is stronger in almost every category when it comes to being a performer. Singing, dancing, and overall range. Now, Diana is a better actress. Like she said, Lady Sings the Blues and all of those things. You were talking about fashion. That's another thing. Diana Ross did better in fashion. Diana Ross did better in acting. But when it comes to being a artist, a singer, a performer, a dancer, Beyonce is better at that. Beyonce is not the better actress, and she's not better when it comes to the fashion. It took her getting money to really get into the fashion like that. But what was considered fashion and acceptable across all boards back in the day is what Diana Ross was. Diana Ross was your white hats and, your big doe-eyed lashes and your suits and your furs and, just very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aesthetically, but not the strongest artist. Okay, so I just kind of feel like Stephanie Mills absolutely had an edge of shade in there, because if you're doing rap music, then you can't be as classy as a Diana Ross. It's giving respectability politics. That's what it's giving to me, y'all. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Stephanie Mills from what my mama said back in the day, was pissed that Diana Ross played Dorothy in the Wiz movie since she was in the play. Oh, but now you sitting up here talking about how, you know, you always wanted to be and da-da-da-da. Child, sis was trained for years to do what she does. I wish they stopped comparing Beyonce to everybody. Everybody is great. Everybody is great. Everybody is great. This is Vlad, so take this with a grain of salt. Diana Ross' personal life may have been a mess, but she did what needed to be done and still showed up gracefully. Absolutely. Absolutely. Diana is still regal. She's still regal. Like, oh, Lord, Lady Sings the Blues and Mahogany are just some of my favorite movies merely because of the fashions, girl. But Lady Sings the Blues is literally one of my favorite movies ever because I love Billie Holiday. I'm watching the beginning, so my question may be random, but why do you think the shame Chloe and Megan but not the Cardis and the City Girls? They do shade the City Girls. They do. But I almost feel like it probably is a colorism thing on one end, like, you know, with Cardi anyway. But I feel like they already, it's because the City Girls have men. On some level, it's because the City Girls have men. But the City Girls are also like the City Girls. They're known for being a certain way. So I don't think they're actually at a certain level yet. But when people talk about Meg and Chloe, they call them City Girls. When they talk about hoes these days, they call them, 304s or some shit like that. And they call them City Girls. So essentially, I feel like the City Girls do get that same type of shade, but not in the same manner because they're not as big as far as I'm concerned. Whereas Chloe is backed by Beyonce and Megan makes this big splash and then getting shot. You know, the whole situation, it really made her much bigger. Therefore, more people to criticize her. But I think the same people that criticized Megan were criticizing the City Girls until JT got with Uzi Vert and Carisha got with Diddy. Now the energy around them has changed, even though musically they're still saying the same shit, but also they're not as good at it either. So that's another thing that I think plays a part, is that Megan is a really good rapper, and I think the men are intimidated by that. And I think the City Girls are subpar when it comes to rapping. They just make good songs, and people like the way their voices sound on the records. They like their accents, and their energy. On both ends, it's okay for Cardi because she light, and the City Girls are brown girls, so they act like they expect no better from them. Amethyst, Simone, that's exactly it. They expect no better from the City Girls. That's what I'm saying. Like, the City Girls are the City Girls, so there's no need to beat a dead horse. Basically, y'all have called yourselves the City Girls, so y'all just the City Girls. But I'm really telling you, I think the reason why they are somewhat protected right now is because the City Girls have men. And y'all know, if you in proximity to a famous man, then you get some protection for your proximity to the famous man. I think JT gets protection because of Uzi Vert being respected. Even though he a weird nigga, he's respected. And obviously Diddy, I mean, that goes without saying. City Girls ain't no different than Kaya and others back in the day. Not at all. Trina is no different. Women come out, sexual liberation. I'm a wipe my pussy on your nigga forehead. Y'all get upset about it every time, but y'all tune in. And y'all stay tuned in, okay? Child, why was y'all out here lying? Why was y'all out here lying saying Miss Cassie Davis passed away?
I've been getting these calls, so I had to post this, which I didn't want to, but I posted it because people calling me, crying. I'm getting texts saying, my condolences, Ciara. I'm just like, what is going on? It's like, we heard that Cassie died. I'm like, Cassie who? Like, Cassie Davis, Miss Ella, House of Pain. Bam. I was like, I just talked to her on the phone, and she wasn't dead, but let me call her back. So anyway, I called her up. I was like, Cassie, do you know about these death hoaxes? She said, yes, Tyler, this is the third or fourth time this has happened. And people just need to stop doing this. It's like, yeah, you got to be careful when you speak death over a child of God. So we started talking in pure Cassie fashion. She started making some crazy jokes. I said, Cassie, you sure you're not dead? She said, well, I feel like I'm in heaven because these chicken wings I'm eating are so good. Ooh. So we talked about that for a minute. My God. And she saw the article, somebody sent it to her. And in the article, I'm crying, and Al Sharpton's at the funeral. And she said, when I when I saw that El Shaka was at my funeral, I tried to call him to just thank him. Look, she also said that she has died more times than a cat. She went on to say, when she really dies, ain't nobody gonna believe it. She'll be like that boy who cried wolf, and the wolf ate her obituary. I mean, Cassie, it's hilarious. I assured her, I said, Cassie, don't worry. When you die for real, I know it's great. This is our sense of humor. I said, when you die for real, I will make the official announcement. She said, thank you, but I'm sure I'm going to outlive you.
She said, thank you, but I'm sure I'll live you. That was funny. Child, that was funny. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm a firm believer in death is coming for us all. You can't speak death over nobody if they not, if it's not their time. You know what I mean? So when people try to do shit like this, I feel like they really only speak on their own life. They don't know. But that whole saying, the grave you dig for somebody else, you better dig one for yourself as well. Because that's how that go. You don't ever get to drum up that much energy about somebody else without it also getting on you. Energetically, I just kind of feel like that lady not gonna die any sooner because y'all keep trying to kill her off like it's a goddamn Tyler Perry show. Okay? But whoever Danny, Jaquez, child, whoever they are, we need to find out where they got this information from. Everybody needs to be reprimanded because y'all shouldn't be doing no shit like this. How many times y'all gonna act like this lady done passed away? That's some terrible shit that y'all do. I swear y'all don't know how to act. Oh, Lord. Let's see. What else is going on? I don't want to talk about Don Lemon because y'all exhaust me. Congrats to the Brad and Judy for expecting their first child together. Oh, my God. I love this for them. They are so cute. They are so cute. The Brat is like 48, y'all. The Brat is 48 and has never been pregnant before. I know they must have did some big deal like in vitro fertilization. Like I need to understand, girl, what process? How much did this cost y'all? Because I feel like this cost them some money. But y'all know, anytime the Brat got some family, some new news, she engaged, she getting married. Anytime she got something going on with her, Lisa Ray gonna have to find out just like everybody else. Okay, so let's hear what they said.
That she's having a baby. How do you feel about her having a new baby?
Wonderful.
You really excited, and do you know the gender at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like looking, I'm like, oh, I seen her just do the news recently. I'm like, oh, okay. Did you find out through the news or did you guys talk about it already?
I found out through social media.
That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
It takes me back. It takes me back because I'm sure that you have heard of the last kind of encounter that we had that went viral. Have you not?
Well, no, I was watching a Ricky Smiley. The Brat just said that she...
Yeah, you coming out and verbally saying, happy birthday to me this kind of way.
Okay, child, not them promoting on the post. Okay. So I'm going to just say this. I feel like at this point, Lisa just needs to understand that Brad is not going to include you separate from everybody else. So when something comes out, it's going to come out and you're going to find out like everybody else, Lisa. I think at this point, there's no need for you to continue to feel a way about it. Don't feel slighted because that's just the way that the Brad moves. Brad obviously doesn't want to have to call you and tell you these things beforehand. She wants you to find out with everybody else, and you need to just handle her accordingly because of that. I feel like I would be hurt if I didn't know that my sister was pregnant before she told the world. But at the same time, I feel like you can't be mad about the way other people decide to handle their business eventually. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you just have to understand that that's how they move. And if you want to continue to have them in your life, then you're just going to have to deal with that's the way they move. And if not, then you just don't have to deal with them. Love them from afar. But something tells me she's going to be upset about this. And there's really no need for her to continue to be upset as it pertains to Brat. Because Brat going to do what Brat won't do anyway. LaShae sometimes just be happy and hush for your sister. There's a reason she didn't want to talk to you. It already came out that this is really old. And she was a part of everything afterwards. That was for the wedding. This is for the announcement of the pregnancy. And they just announced this pregnancy like a couple of days ago. So I think, Mardi Gras. It might have been Tuesday where they announced this pregnancy. So no, Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. I think it was Mardi Gras. But either way, no, this is new. This is not old. The old thing was when they got engaged and she didn't know about it. And then she was a part of the wedding. But to now find out that, Brat is big and pregnant and she didn't know, this is just how Brat moves. What? They say, how can it be old when she just announced the pregnancy? And she said she found out online. And we all just found out the other day that Brat was pregnant. Girl, I don't know where Judy is saying this was old, but I don't know how something can be old if we're announcing a pregnancy that just was announced like 3 days ago. You don't see Mia you don't see Nia Long and some more talking bad about each other, at least to me. I don't think they F with each other. She tries to make it seem Lisa shouldn't be upset, focus on her grieving her mother. I know that's right, because her mom just passed away. God rest her soul. Did they grow up in the same house? Why is the rift so deep? They have the same dad. They have different mothers. They did not grow up in the same household. LaShae's father was a Rolling Stone. LaShae had issues with her own mother because of her relationship with her father. When her father was alive, it gave the vibe that her father was like a pimp or, like a hustler of some sort in the neighborhood. And he had a whole bunch of different women. And Lisa and her mom were, I guess, pitted against each other is what it felt like. So yeah, I feel like ultimately Lisa has a lot of things that she needs to heal when it comes to her relationships with other women. I think I saw the interview. It said something about it being old. Again, I don't know how something can be old. The interview is old. Yeah. This is old.
Brat just said that she's having a baby.
How is that old? The Brat just said she was having a baby. Like, it can't be old if they just announced it. Judy commented on the post saying that this interview is old. Lisa is grieving, so the time is bad. What? I don't know what anybody's talking about with them saying it's old, but that still doesn't make sense to me. Because prior to this, they had that rumor that they were pregnant. Oh, okay. Yeah. Back then, it was announced Judy was preggers, but that was a publicity stunt. Yes, I remember somebody else announced their pregnancy. I think it was the day Rihanna had her baby, right? Was it the day that Rihanna? It was either when we found out Rihanna was pregnant or when somebody else announced a pregnancy at the same time. But I don't feel like that was that long ago. Maybe it was the first pregnancy. Maybe. Okay, got y'all. Now I understand. I think it may be old. Right. And they had a miscarriage. Oh, okay. Judy talks over the Brat. I've noticed in interviews, which bothers me, but that's their life and love. I think that's based on the nature of their relationship. If we aren't that close, I'm not telling you. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Her comment was under the Jasmine Brands post. Okay, so not this post. Okay, I got you. I really do think, let me go to the Jasmine brand, but I really do think it don't even matter because Lisa to me just seems like one of them old bitter women. I'm sorry, but that's just the vibe it gives off. And Brat gives, I don't really fool with you like that. I love you, but I don't really fool with you like that. So stop expecting me to tell you shit all the time because I don't really fool with you like that. Let me see. Where is it? Here we go. They announced a pregnancy. Okay, this is cute. So I don't see it. Maybe they deleted it. Maybe they took it down. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere else unless I'm missing it. But yeah, I still feel, you know, my opinion hasn't changed because I feel like essentially she probably still did feel away when they announced it this time. Did she know this time? Did she? Oh, so she knew and she was a part of the process this time. That's what y'all was saying. So she knew about the pregnancy this whole time. And that was from, so they reposted that from before. Oh, okay. That's messy as fuck. Whoever that blogger is, that Raquel reposted that. So Raquel reposted that old interview from when they thought that, okay, and she didn't put it in the comments anywhere that it was an old video. That's some messy ass shit. They must have took it down because I don't see it. The only post I seen was on Neighborhood Talk. Okay, well, I'm going to just leave it where it's at because I'm over it at this point. I don't even really care that much. I'm happy that the bride is pregnant. And I hope everything works out and I hope they're happy. I thought I had saved the Sherry Shepherd one, but I don't want to play it because y'all know how they be. I'll get a copyright. Y'all, I'm so tired of Tommy. I'm so tired of Tommy. She has been popping up on my timeline repeatedly. The first thing I saw as of recent was her fight with Natalie. Okay, I saw the fight with Natalie. And then I saw this stuff where her, I don't even know how this happened. Where's the footage of this?
Oh, this the baby. Like saying it's Chris Brown's son. So I say, oh, that's the baby. I go to the room and say, oh, that's the baby. The bitch slammed the door in my face. The baby mama or whoever it was, she slams the door in my face. So I'm laughing. I keep walking. Now Jonathan into it with they security guard. Like Chris Brown, they like, don't do that. That's the baby. Da-da-da-da. Bitch, I mean, ain't do nothing but say, ooh, that's the baby. And the bitch slammed the door in my face quickly. And ain't no pressure, bitch. Cool.
We went to the Chris Brown fucking concert. We had the time of our life. Natalie got us backstage with Chris Brown. Once we was headed to our section with Chris Brown and a little back to waiting was done. Why the fuck did Tommy see Chris Brown baby and was like, oh, his baby is so cute. And they grabbed the baby and put him in the room. She smacked the door in. They went ballistic. Why would you do something like that? And it put me and Jonathan and Natalie in danger. We literally had to fight off 3 different niggas because of what Tommy did. And she was drunk. I don't even know if that bitch was high. In a row. This is the second time. We are in London, guys. We are in London. And then she started to proceed to scream out, fuck Chris Brown's baby. Fuck Chris Brown baby. Like, why would you say something like that? And then once she started saying that, that's when everybody got activists because you're being weird and you're drunk as fuck and you're not about to sit here and act like we're fucked. Tommy, we went to the with you when you literally did what the fuck you did. There's no way in hell I would allow you to break down my door with my privacy of my concert where my son is staying at, where my kid and my mama talking about Chris Brown's son is cute. And then when they closed the door on her, she smacked that motherfucking door in. You're a weirdo.
Wait, let me say something else. And here's the thing.
Bitch, when
it all comes back on me because I got us backstage. So everybody looking at me like, Natalie. Who are these people? No, they knew who the fuck she was. They were like, she got to go. Right. They didn't have no problem with Rolly. They had no problem with Jonathan. They had no problem with me. Tommy, you really need to stop. You got to stop playing. You got to
stop playing that victim fucking card.
All
because
the
at the end of the day,
you're doing
it's like she be in denial about shit she do. She came up to me twice. She came up to me twice. And the first time Rolly said, no, I didn't want to talk to her. Second time, that's when the little video that's surfacing around. She don't motherfucking want no smoke with me. She knew not to touch me. She knew not to fucking touch me. Ain't nobody fucking
so when did she take it
with you? When you literally
cousin Tommy getting into it with the dude. I mean the dude cussing them, Tommy them out. But Tommy like, I don't give a fuck that baby. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown baby. Like, bitch, on me, boom, boom, boom. So the dude kind of got.
But Tommy disappears after that.
Let me
said
talk.
all that.
to dinner.
Let me talk. Because it's y'all story on me. Because I'm the one who was in the
story. But you gotta get
this cousin Tommy getting into it with the dude. I mean the dude cussing them, Tommy them out. But Tommy them like, I don't give a fuck that baby.
Okay, got it. And so then Tommy was saying, I ain't give a fuck about the baby. You ain't just about to close the door in my face type shit. Okay. Let's go to the press conference because apparently the people on Zeus Network about this fight, right? They doing fights now.
It's Tommy Lee of Baddies West, and again, a known bad girl. So, Tommy, tell us about your badness.
Y'all hearing everything, right? Y'all hearing clearly? I want to make sure it's not too low when I start playing stuff.
What's up, y'all? What up, London? Happy to be here. Thank you for all the support and love. I want to start out by addressing the elephant in the room. I love the children. Last night, in defense mode.
Do you love the children? Because we didn't see you go down to your own kid's school to beat her upside the head. I'm going to leave it alone.
I just want to apologize to Chris Brown and his baby mother because it's not my character. And, it started off as a friendly, the sport of it. It got real.
So Zeus is doing a pay-per-view fight with Mayweather? That's insane.
It happens. We all human. And I'm just here to knock this bitch out at this point. So now we're going to
bring us on stage.
Tommy ain't do nothing but say.
I guess the people with money was like, y'all want to fight so damn bad. Won't y'all box? Won't y'all fight for real since y'all want to fight so damn bad? I feel like that's what the powers that be have decided.
And Natalie and Tommy, I have a question for you both. I'm trying to figure out how was you guys friends and enemies at the same time.
Oh, so she walked off because that was Rolly asking a question.
Wants to be the baddest bad girl, I'm at the top. Look at her walking out. Look at her leaving. I understand. It's hard to sit up here with me. I get it. Look at her leaving.
Why is she talking into the mic like that? Somebody get her.
Where are you going, Tommy? Come back. We love you. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, it's gonna heat in the
And that's Floyd Mayweather. So Floyd Mayweather, Zeus Network are now doing actual boxing matches, fights. And we're going to have the reality TV show people doing the fights as well as the real fighters. Mayweather must be getting paid out the ass for this. To lend his real name of boxing to this bullshit. Because that's what it feel like. It feel like this is their way to get y'all interested in these reality show fights. And all of this shit going on is they bring in celebrity deathmatch to, yes, that's basically what this feels like. And it's a genius idea. Ray J must have something to do with it, but it also feels deplorable and degrading and not a good thing. That's what it feels like. I feel like it's gonna make somebody a lot of money and it's also gonna ruin some lives. We'll see.
I see your baby cool.
This is what Masika said. What kind of psychopath do you gotta be to grab someone's baby? She didn't grab the baby. They said she didn't grab the baby. They tried to close the door because they didn't want her crazy ass to see the baby. And she responded to them closing the door in her face and hit the door. And then this is when everything breaks out. So this is once again with Tommy being drunk and feeling like somebody's disrespecting her. And so she needed to act out. I think that she might be, not just an alcoholic. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna do the Ariana DeBose situation because I don't even know who that girl is, but I just know all of what she did was uncomfortable to watch and it's sad, and Scrappy wants Bambi back. She said they didn't have a balloon that said nope. Child. She took all the gifts though. I'd take all the gifts too. Still not taking you back though. So y'all, let's move on. This will be this will be my last thing before I get out of here.
He said, for the cowards hiding behind their computers and forcing fake news, I do have Jess Lurie's contract from 5 years ago for I Got the Hook.
Okay, hold up, because this is what happened. Jess has been on The Breakfast Club. I guess The Breakfast Club has been trying out different guests recently. And She was on there, and I feel like she was doing really good on there. I would love to be on the Breakfast Club. I think I would do really good on their show. But at the same time, what's for you is for you, and I know I'm not big enough yet in order to get in this realm of it. But either way, she's talking about, shout out to Jess Hilarious. Y'all, I can't help it. I really love Jess Hilarious. It is what it is. I know a lot of people find her problematic, and for some reason, she's one of the people that I just refuse to stop liking. I wish I could stop liking her. I can't. I really like her. She's funny as hell to me.
A good game too. Like, even with me, I got the hookup. I'm still owed some bread for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Did he pay it all? Yeah. For the first scene. Mm-hmm. And then I did 2 scenes. He thought because he used 1 scene, he ain't got paid for the second one. No, I stayed there for 13 hours to do 2 scenes. How much you owe you? But that's not how it works. Though. I thought you get paid for a movie. Don't you get paid for the whole movie? I do my scene when it's come to a skit movie like that. What? You know, I got the hookup with a long skit. That man will talk a good game too. Like even
that's why I told y'all I ain't want to see that shit. I don't want to see House Party neither. Y'all don't know how to make movies with hip hop stars in them no more. Y'all just put buku people in the movie. Y'all don't even be fun no more. But Master P responded.
He said, for the cowards hiding behind their computers and forcing fake news, I do have Jess Larry's contract from 5 years ago for I got the hookup too and the copy of the check that was cashed and paid. She was joking about, not I was joking. Yeah. Hey yo, I ain't read this part. She was just joking. She be playing, y'all know it.
I do. I love those.
Stop playing with me, yo. She was joking about a second check that was never in her contract. That's the narrative they ran with for clickbait and fake headlines. Thank God for receipts. You think out of everybody out there right now, I'm gonna come after you for clickbait and fake headlines? I don't have to do that, sir. Now he playing around with me because I never said it was it was never like a second check. It was money paid up front, and then it was supposed to be another $15,000.
Oh, so you didn't get the other half of your money?
Yeah, I didn't get the other half of my money. Stop playing with me like this was check 1, check 2. No, he said for the cowards hiding behind their computers and for.
Master P says, I've only given people opportunities. I've never forced an artist to make music or go into the studio. It's sad that it's always us against us. But I'm going to keep educating the ones that want to learn and grow. And to everyone I've crossed paths with, I wish them success. We were ahead of our time. This was 2013. LV Mob. Alley Boy Don, a real G though, and I respect him to the end. We didn't pop back then because we didn't have a hit record. We only had street records that didn't cross over. I invested in this product, lost on it, and still haven't been able to make money from streaming. That's one of the reasons why I got out of the music industry and into the product game. Product don't talk back. I love Jess Hilarious Official, and I know she was just cracking jokes because she signed her contract and got paid what she was owed for. I got the hookup too. But if she's trying to squeeze me for another 10K, she got that. How I'm trying to squeeze you? How I'm trying to squeeze you for another 10K. So first of all, now you playing in my face. Oh, he playing it. Yeah. When she said, oh, he playing, he absolutely playing in her face. Because 10K, nigga, you owe me 15K and you know that. I believe everything she said. I believe everything she said. One thing about the truth is it can't be changed and it will always come to light. What they meant for harm, God will use for good. I'm going to keep doing the right thing. That's why bigger blessings keep coming. Oh, is that why? I wish Fat Gleesh the best, but he owed nothing. He owed nothing from me or my company. The only business we ever did. I don't know why he's talking about all these other people we don't know about, but really what it gives me is that you have been getting accused from not paying a lot of people and you just wanted to sum it all up in one. I mean, you still didn't pay Lil Romeo for putting his likeness on shit. Like, P, we know you don't pay people, baby. You ain't got to front us out. We know you don't like to pay people. We know. That's why a lot of people that used to work with you don't work with you no more. Because you like to, you know. 2018. Okay, this is from 2018. I'm about to say I got the hookup just came out. I was like, wait, I got the hookup just came out. How he gonna say that was from 2013? LAGreatCatchup.com. Not him trying to promote while responding. Listen, He doing way too much. Get that girl her money, Master P. We don't believe nothing you saying because you just have a bad track record. I'm going to say like Wendy said, if you didn't have a bad track record, a history of this, then we'd be having a different conversation, okay? But you are known to not pay people. And nobody wants to hear about how you didn't make money in 2013 on some fucking mixtape. Nobody cares. Justice talking about I Got the Hookup Too that absolutely came out. What you talking about? Usher, stop giving yourself so much credit. Usher says his Confessions album was the birth of toxic R&B. How? How do you think that? I could think of a toxic song right now that was before you. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. That's a toxic song. Me and Mrs. Jones, we've got a thing going on. Okay. Lovely. You just basically told me I was right. Fat Trell is an actor rapper that did a recent interview about P not paying him for exactly. So he was a whole bunch of people saying he didn't pay him. So he was just like, let me just go and tell everybody a lie. I had paid everybody. They lying. Boy, you lying. You ain't pay nobody. He not broke, but he don't like to pay people. I think a lot of them feel like that's how they stay rich. They don't pay people. Usher says, yeah, but Usher, girl, Usher, stop. Usher, there are so many toxic songs that came out before you. I don't even know what you talking about. Even though I feel you, that album like totally did a solar eclipse on the culture at the time. Confessions was everywhere, like unstoppable. Okay, hard for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. Been a long time coming, and the end that apart. Look, I really wanna work this out. No age, you go what you go, but I think we go our separate ways, and I know it when it's here this relationship. When I'm hurting, baby, I ain't happy, baby. Listen, Betty Wright talking about a grown man coming to take her virginity. It gives toxicity. Barbara, this is Shirley. R&B been toxic. I don't know what he talking about. I keep telling y'all that Usher is problematic. Don't tell Niecy I told y'all that, because y'all know she love her some Usher. But Usher is problematic as fuck. When y'all saw Usher walking around with blonde hair, y'all should have known something was amiss. Y'all, Kevin Hart was supposed to do a show in Egypt and they canceled it because apparently Egypt doesn't know that they're on the continent of Africa. Apparently the people that live in Egypt right now think that they aren't African. They think they're Arabian or Arabs, and I'm just or Middle Eastern, and I'm just kind of like, no, you're like Northeast African. It's still Africa. You're still on the continent of Africa, even though you've wiped out all of the darker complected people that were there first, the Nubians. The Nubians were in Egypt first. They moved. A lot of the people that were in North Egypt and North Africa moved to Central, West, and South throughout the years. And then we all know scientifically that everybody started out in Central Africa. The Garden of Eden is in Central Africa. And then when we decided to move away from Central Africa, everybody spread out. So the people in Egypt, honestly, if I was Kevin, I wouldn't even patron them people no more. They wouldn't be able. I would be trying to get all my celebrity friends never to go to Egypt, because I'm a need for y'all to know where y'all at. How is Kevin Hart Afrocentricity a problem when y'all don't know what continent y'all on? Like separating yourself from the black people that live next door because you stole their land, like hundreds of years ago. Oh, okay. Child. Yeah, no, the Egyptian, it's not the Egyptians. They don't think they don't think they're African. You could not think you black. I don't care about that. You could not think you black, because some people that live in Africa aren't black. Not really. They're a derivative. They don't want to admit they're a derivative, but I would like for you to know the only reason that your pigment is darker than white people is because you probably come from an African civilization. Your people probably come from a group of people that were in Africa. That's where the equator is. That's why those are where the highest sun rays are. That's why that's where the people who have the most melanin are. That's how it makes sense. It's all scientific. I know y'all want to, shroud it in all of your patriarchal racism and hate, but essentially you sound stupid, Egypt people. Y'all are on Africa. Do y'all not know y'all are on Africa? Do y'all think Africa is on y'all? What's going on? Y'all are weird. I don't know how y'all are acting like your lies are truth. Y'all are worse than the fucking school systems in Texas and Florida. Yep, as a West African, I can tell you people from Morocco, Egypt, Algeria hate us and don't consider themselves African. They cannot consider themselves African all they want to, bitch. You is on the African continent. We is not fitting to argue about the fact of your geography. Your geography is on this continent. You is in Africa. You is an African. Okay? Me no African. Yes, you is. You don't know what African mean if you think you're not African, but you grew up on the continent that is Africa. Child, they can hate us all they want to. They hate themselves. I think it's weird to hate people who don't even really, care about you. It's weird. Anyway, but yeah, y'all, when I saw that, I was like, Kevin, you better not ever get in people no patronage. And I feel like Beyonce and all the rest of y'all don't need to go there neither. Since Egypt won't act like they want to be so separate from black people. Oh, well, black people need to be separate from them. Sorry, y'all. Black people need to be separate from them. What is this? Like, I'm going to keep muting everything. I got to mute every post. Yes, due to his Afrocentricity. We must teach our children the true history of black Africans. Because this is how he feel. He wanting to go over there and talk about how Africans are kings and queens and the Egyptian people don't like that. Even though it is true. Like, the actual history of Egypt has African kings and queens. Like, what is going on? I had no idea y'all were lying to yourselves to that degree. That is sad. Oh, Lord. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to talk about before I get out of here. I know Niecy was going to be mad. Oh, wow, Boosie. Really? That doesn't surprise me. You and Vlad talking about how you don't accept your lesbian daughter. He said he'll love her to death, but doesn't necessarily accept it. Oh, okay. It's cool to sell drugs and kill people, but don't like girls if you're a girl. That's bad. Isn't it crazy? The only thing that makes them not like gay people is supposed to be church and God. And where is the God in selling drugs to your community and killing people and, assaulting children and where's the God in all of that? Oh, you thugger niggas kill me. Y'all always won't find the Lord when it comes to making it okay for y'all to abuse people, treat people badly. But y'all don't ever want to talk about God when it comes to your own actions and what you've done, right? Because you can repent for being a murderer, but your daughter being gay, she just going to have to deal with that, right? Okay, yeah. Go to hell. That's how I feel. Go to hell. Anyway, all right, y'all. I think I'm done. I think that was a good long conversation. We was on here for almost 2 hours. We talked about a lot of things. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed the way I've been doing. I mean, this is how I would normally do it if everybody was in here anyway. But, I do hope that y'all still enjoy my BondyBlue shows. Boosie loves Lil Nas X. He needs to stop lying. Child, we already know he in love with that man. Oh, laws. I remember the Netflix special Kevin did, but I wouldn't think his show is totally Afrocentric. It's probably not. Was you following the Weinstein case? I was not. I was just hoping that they would put that decrepit old evil man in jail. Oh yeah, I think that's one of the only checks he getting. That's why he was able to turn down doing the album with T.I. so that he could make money with Vlad. And that's another thing. How you gonna be mad at T.I. and you do business with Vlad? Everybody accuses Vlad of being a federale hood, and you go on there and talk your mouth off, but you mad about T.I.? Saying that his dead cousin did some shit? Boosie is retarded. Boosie is retarded. Like, everybody says that Vlad is the federale hood, and you out here doing interview after interview with this nigga. That's cool though, right? Let's not even get into the fact that you want to talk about, supporting the federale hood, like your taxes that you pay since you're a homeowner don't go to paying for the police department. Boosie, shut the fuck up. I just cannot. R. Kelly has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for child crimes. I didn't know that was new. Okay, well, I'll tell y'all that before we get out of here. Okay, since y'all mentioned it. During court, let's see, this Thursday in Chicago, a federal judge sentenced singer R. Kelly to 20 years in prison for child crimes. This comes after a jury found that he had produced 3 videos of himself abusing a 14-year-old goddaughter, we know. During court, U.S. District Judge Harry Lindenweber ruled that Kelly would serve nearly all of one sentence simultaneously with the previous 30-year sentence, which was imposed last year on racketeering charges from his Brooklyn case. Lineweber also ordered that Kelly serve 1 year in prison following his New York sentence. With Thursday's sentence, Kelly will serve no more than 31 years, as the news sites notes. This means he will be eligible for release at around age 80. Well, I don't know why we will be upset about that. I think the only reason they only gave him, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, he only got 1 extra year for the sex crimes in New York. But 31 years, that sounds good. That sounds good. Are we not happy about 30 years? Like, R. Kelly's like 50. Are we not happy about him not being able to get out of jail until 80? If he lives that long? Erykah Badu is crying right now. R. Kelly is even. I don't think so. Y'all think that Erykah Badu crying over that? I don't think so. I love your growth on your channel. Thank you, DeQuasia. You've been here for a while, girl. On top of the 30 year. Yeah. He's going to do 31 years. I think it's going to be great. I think it's what should have happened. Nah, I never heard that. I mean, I know Erykah Badu can be problematic. But I never heard that she was like a, R. Kelly sympathizer or anything. I never heard about that. But, I could be wrong, child. But she another one where it's like, girl, I'm going to just keep. Because it's something about her that there's something deeper there that makes me feel like, I don't know. I have a connectedness to Erykah that is just very hard for me to shake. The idea that she's as problematic as people try to act like she is. Erykah was defending him and blaming the victims. When did that happen? Let me see. Erykah Badu, R. Kelly. I hate the fact that I want more crawfish right now. I hate the fact that I want more crawfish. Okay, hold up. Let's see. There was Essence did. Okay, Erykah Badu is used to being misunderstood. The singer who's currently promoting her upcoming film What Men Want. This is a while back. Okay, she said, I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but I'm putting up a prayer right now for R. She said, according to her video footage, I hope he sees the light of day. If he's done all those things that we've seen on TV and heard those ladies talk about, I hope he sees the light of day and comes forward. Badu added with the crowd noticeably booing her. Which y'all say, fuck him? That's not love. That's not unconditional love. Badu clarified her comments Saturday, explaining in essence that anything that I express is always a message of unconditional love. I would never ask anyone to feel the way I feel or see the way I see, but I also think I have the right to express the way I feel. The phone down singer also shared that she learned a lot from the swell of comments on social media, particularly Black Twitter. We don't have a lot of respect for the individual, not on social media. And maybe social media is not the place to discuss certain things. I learned that too, she admitted. I'm used to being misunderstood, but I don't mind being the problem. Okay, so this is what I remember something similar to this, but Erykah is always praying for the devil, basically. I hate to say it like that, but I feel like it's because she really has a lot of empathy for people that a lot of us don't feel like she should have. But as she said, she's not forcing anybody to think the way she thinks, but there is so much about the way she thinks that I find a good thing that I'm willing to believe that I am glad that there are people that are going to put Robert in jail, and everybody is not trying to love unconditionally, because I personally feel like nobody needs to be loved unconditionally except for children. And the children are the ones that deserve the unconditional love. And maybe if somebody had loved Robert correctly, he wouldn't be the monster that he turned into. But essentially, he still is. But I understand Erica, because Erica is one of those people that feels the need to find the God or the good in everybody, even those that are the most fucked up. And as a being not of this world, I somewhat understand that. But as a being that is living and on this earth, I come from the, some people need to die. Like, some people don't need to be here. Some people do need to be locked up and separated from the rest of us. Yeah. I don't believe in forgiveness for everybody. I don't. Forgiveness for themselves and for God, you know what I'm saying? But as far as forgiving you or loving you, meaning that I have to hope the best for you when you hurt other people, no, I don't believe in that. I'm real old school testament, eye for an eye when it comes to certain things. But I do understand it. I don't understand it as being as harmful as some other people who support R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And this is just me, probably my bias to loving Erykah Badu all my life. She's been my favorite artist since she came out. And I've always felt like a deep connectivity to the type of person she is. Okay, shout out to her. Ain't her birthday? Yeah, I think her birthday was a couple of days ago. The 21st? Either 21st or the 22nd is one of those days. But her birthday just happened because she's a Pisces. So I have a lot of understanding for her. But I also feel like that's her perspective. And I'm glad that we're not just living under the perspective of people that want to provide unconditional love to problematic black men. You can feel how you want to feel, and I can still love your music. But if I ever find out that any of the niggas that you was over here caping for real, like your baby daddies and shit, you know what I'm saying? If I found out any of them was doing some shit, then we gonna have to have different conversations. But essentially, I feel like you see somebody like, oh my God, the world, but they brought this on themselves. You feeling bad because the world shitting on him. Well, he's shitting on all them girls. Where was all of the protection? Where was all the unconditional love for the girls? You know what I'm saying? So essentially, I feel like that's what's most important, is to pay attention to those things, She also said the underage girl getting grape juice by their teachers is because the girls incited them adults. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, y'all know what that's about. I haven't heard that other part. That's very alarming to me. But I have to wonder, like, how does she feel about her own daughter? Because her own daughter is very sexually provocative as well. I mean, they just was posting, picture of the asses on social media. They had on tights, but it's the tights that accentuate the ass. And I didn't see anything wrong with it. But are you going to feel like it's okay for a man to assault your daughter because she was showing her ass cheeks to the internet? I don't know. But if she's as open-minded as she says she is, I would love to have a conversation with Erykah Badu about that. Because then I'm going to want to wonder, as smart as you are, how could you possibly ignore that teenage girls, even when they do think they know what they're doing, they don't really know what they're doing? Because you have teenage daughters, more than one. So yeah, I would like to fully hear her opinion on such things. Let's see. Same. I ain't praying for these type of individuals like him and Trey Songz. Oh yeah, nah. I'm not wasting my positive prayers. Okay. I feel like some people, you should pray for their downfall too. I'm sorry, but I'm old school when it comes to certain things. I don't see anything wrong with not trying to be above board all the time. Like, there's this idea that, you turn the other cheek. And I feel like, fuck that. Because the people that taught you that shit don't turn the other cheek. So I'm not going to. Okay. Oh yeah. All of the cover up people too. her views are hella different, but I respect her approach to these topics. She, yeah. Child, I already saw Trey getting sued, and a company getting sued. I think his record label and stuff. I've been here 10 minutes longer than I thought. I'm leaving, y'all. I'm gone. But I appreciate y'all so much. Everybody that became a member today, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I'll be working on the website to make sure that y'all have access to the spaces. Make sure that y'all get the notifications when I put out notifications for new videos. BondyBlue Show will remain. The live of it is members only. Okay, y'all know this version, which after I'm done will later go up to everybody else whenever I think about it, y'all. But the lives will be just us moving forward, and I'm going to keep it that way. So anyway, and when Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back in April, that will again be exclusively a members only video. Cool. All right. Love you guys so very, very much. I appreciate all my members. Thank y'all so much. I can't, stress that enough because now I'm about to go back to school. I hope I'm still able to keep up with all of this, child. But anyway, y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Ooh, ladies first panel tonight on Jamie's channel.